Best foods for gut health tackle bloating, constipation, and IBS symptoms naturally. Introduction. Best food for gut health. Why your gut deserves more attention this May. There are two special awareness days this month that shine a light on digestion and gut health. National Microbiome Day on the 12th and World Digestive Health Day on the 27th. So it's a perfect time to explore the best foods for gut health to help you stay regular, feel lighter, and support long-term well-being. If you need more personalised support, you can find it at my Gut Health Clinic. These awareness days are a great reminder that your gut does far more than just digest food. It plays a vital role in your immune system, mental health, and therefore overall health. In the last 10 years, research has exploded. We now know your digestive system is home to over 100 trillion microbes, collectively called the gut microbiome. Some are beneficial and some are less so. When they're out of balance, it can show up as abdominal pain, bloating, chronic constipation, and all those fun, not gastrointestinal symptoms. If you're in a hurry, start here. Whether you're skimming for a quick solution or looking for ideas to try today, here are some key tips and things to remember. Pro tips. Start with small portions of new fibre-rich foods and gradually increase them. Your gut needs time to adjust. Choose live, unpasteurized fermented foods like sauerkraut or kefir for a natural source of good bacteria. If constipation or IBS is your main issue, begin with gentle, soluble fibres like oats, chia seeds, and cooked veg. If high FODMAP foods trigger bloating, try lower FODMAP swaps like garlic-infused oil or green banana. Keep a list of plants you enjoy and tolerate well. Aim for 30 or more different ones each week to build resilience. Vary them by season as well. Key takeaways about gut health. Your gut microbiome is central to digestion, immune defense, hormone balance, and even mental well-being. Bloating, constipation, and IBS symptoms often improve with small, consistent changes to your diet and lifestyle. Soluble fibre feeds beneficial gut bacteria and helps repair the gut lining from the inside out. And probiotic foods introduce friendly bacteria that support better digestion, immune health, and inflammation control. Your gut is unique. The best results come from listening to your body and adjusting slowly based on your own symptoms. Is your gut trying to tell you something? Bloating, constipation, and IBS explained. Why does my tummy feel so full and puffy? Bloating often has more than one cause, and it's usually a combination of things happening at once. It can happen if you don't chew properly, swallow too much air, or if food moves too slowly through your gut. It's also common with constipation or where there's an imbalance in your gut microbiome that leads to too much fermentation, especially after eating foods that ferment quickly like beans and onions. Am I constipated? Constipation is incredibly common. I see it all the time in clinic, and you can be constipated without even realizing it. You might still go regularly, but have symptoms like straining, taking ages to start or finish, pebble-like stools, or not feeling fully empty afterwards. It's often caused by low fibre intake, dehydration, stress, or not moving enough. Your gut bacteria also play a part. When there's an imbalance in your digestive tract, the signals that keep things moving can slow right down. What is IBS? Irritable bowel syndrome is a functional disorder, which means there's no structural damage, but your digestive system isn't working as it should. Nothing unusual shows up on scans or blood tests, but the symptoms are very real. People with IBS often swing between loose stools and constipation, or experience sudden toilet urgency, severe bloating, and sharp abdominal pain. Research links IBS to changes in gut bacteria, altered nerve signaling in the gut's nervous system, and a more sensitive gastrointestinal tract, which means people with IBS often feel more pain from normal digestion. If you're curious about the gut-brain connection, you might like to read this recent blog, Can Stress Cause IBS? Understanding the gut-brain connection and ways to find relief. A healthy bowel movement should be a pleasurable experience. Number 1, fiber-rich foods, the gut's best friend. The best foods for gut health is dietary fibers. Dietary fiber is found in plant foods like fruits, vegetables, whole grains, nuts, seeds, and legumes. Soluble fiber dissolves in water and forms a gel-like substance in the gut. You'll find soluble fiber in foods like oats, chia seeds, flax seeds, bananas, and carrots. Insoluble fiber doesn't dissolve. It adds bulk to your stool, thereby improving its consistency and helping the food move through the gut more effectively, helping to prevent constipation. It's found in foods like wheat bran, wholemeal bread, brown rice, nuts, and the skins of fruits and vegetables. One important fact to understand about soluble fiber is that our beneficial bacteria use it as a food source and ferment it in the large intestine. This fermentation process produces postbiotics. They are also called short-chain fatty acids, an example being butyrate. Short-chain fatty acids help strengthen the gut lining, reduce inflammation, and support the immune system. Great fiber-rich foods to start with are oats, chia seeds and ground flax seeds, cooked carrots, parsnips and beetroot, bananas a little underripe, stewed apples and pears, all berries, fresh or frozen, avocados, peas and lentils, and all leafy green vegetables. A note on IBS, bloating, and fiber foods. If you're living with bloating, constipation, or IBS symptoms, you might be thinking, well, aren't fiber-rich foods the things that make me feel worse? And yes, they can be for people with sensitive digestive systems. Certain fiber-rich foods can trigger abdominal pain, loose stools, or bloating. Foods like onions, garlic, and legumes, that's peas, beans, and lentils, contain something called FODMAPs. These are types of natural sugars found in some foods that ferment quickly in your gut. High FODMAP foods like onions, garlic, beans, and wheat tend to ferment quickly, creating gas, which can trigger your symptoms if you're sensitive. Low FODMAP foods like carrots, oats, chia seeds, and cucumber and bananas are less likely to cause discomfort because they're gentler on the gut. For lots more information and a helpful app, look up the research done at Monash University in Sydney. They are world leaders in researching IBS. So don't worry. A gentle, gradual increase in fiber can help calm the gut over time. By starting slowly, using cooked fiber and making adjustments based on your body's symptoms, you can build up your gut's tolerance and better bacterial levels. Increasing the variety of different foods containing soluble fiber will build the diversity or the number of different species of beneficial bacteria in your gut. In the long run, this will reduce your sensitivity and allow you to enjoy an ever wider range of foods. Improving the range of bacterial species will also have a significant impact on your immunity, mental health, and blood sugar control. Tip for sensitive guts is to start with soluble fibers like overnight oats, soaked chia seeds, stewed apples, and cooked carrots, which are all gentler. Increase by 1 to 2 tablespoons of new fiber a day. Over time, your gut microbes will become more diverse and resilient. Drink plenty of water to help fiber move smoothly along. And use garlic-infused oil instead of whole garlic, for an example, because the flavor stays, but the fermentable sugars don't. Gut-loving overnight oats recipe. Ingredients: half a cup of oats, 1 tablespoon of chia seeds, half a cup of lactose-free or plant-based milk, 1 tablespoon of live yogurt or live coconut yogurt, several good dollops of stewed Granny Smith apples, a handful of blueberries and almonds, and a sprinkle of cinnamon. Method: mix the oats, chia, and milk and leave overnight in the fridge. Top with apple, yogurt, berries, and cinnamon before serving. This recipe is high in soluble fiber, which helps feed your beneficial gut bacteria and supports regular bowel movements. It's gentle on sensitive guts and suitable for people easing into a low FODMAP routine. Number 2, prebiotics, food for your beneficial bacteria. So I've talked about fiber, both soluble and insoluble fiber, as being good for us. Let me now explain what prebiotics are. Prebiotics are simply specific types of dietary fiber that the beneficial bacteria in your digestive tract love to eat. As an analogy, think of your gut, like a beautiful garden. So prebiotics are the fertilizer. They feed and nourish the plants, your good bacteria, so they can grow strong. Probiotics are the seeds. They add new good plants, friendly live bacteria, into the garden to help it flourish. And postbiotics are the fruits and the flowers, the natural health boosting byproducts made when the plants, bacteria, thrive. Your gut is your garden, so nurture it kindly. Many clinical studies have shown that prebiotic fiber-rich foods can improve your immune health, digestive health, and overall health. They encourage regular bowel movements, improve stool consistency, and bloating. Typically, any food naturally rich in unprocessed fiber can act as a prebiotic. Some great examples include leafy greens, kale, spinach, herb leaves, Savoy cabbage, seeds, flax seeds, chia seeds, pumpkin, hemp seeds, root vegetables, potatoes, garlic, beets, ginger, carrots, onions, other vegetables like broccoli, cauliflower, artichokes, and leeks, berries, raspberries, blackberries, blueberries, etc., fruits, kiwi, tomatoes, avocados, stewed apples, and pears, wild plants, mushrooms, dandelion roots, and rose hips, whole grains, oats, buckwheat, cooked and cooled wild rice, and quinoa. Your body is your garden. What you sow into it, you shall reap. A quote from Deepak Chopra, best-selling author and speaker for mind-body medicine. Mexican black bean soup recipe. Ingredients: 1 red chili, 1 tablespoon of garlic-infused olive oil, 1 red onion finely chopped, 1 red pepper cubed, 150 grams of cherry tomatoes halved, 1 bay leaf, 2 sprigs of thyme, 2 teaspoons of Mexican spice mix, 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon, 2 unwaxed limes, zest and juice, 2 times 400-gram tins of black beans washed and drained, 500 milliliters of homemade chicken stock or veggie stock cube, fresh coriander, and salt and pepper to taste. Method: gently saute the onion, red pepper, and chili in garlic-infused oil. 2, add the tomatoes, bay leaf, thyme, spice mix, cinnamon, salt, and pepper, and simmer on a low heat for 10 minutes. 3, add the beans and stock and simmer gently for another 5 minutes. 4, serve with the coriander and lime and a dollop of live yogurt if you like. Black beans are a great source of soluble fiber and gentle prebiotics, helping to feed your good bacteria and support regular bowel movements. The fiber and resistant starch help improve stool consistency and support a balanced gut microbiome. Number 3, probiotics, boosting your army of good bacteria. As I've said, probiotics are the actual live bacteria that help maintain a healthy digestive system. We find probiotics in fermented foods. I'd argue that probiotics are probably the second best food for gut health that you can eat each day. Clinical trials have shown that fermented foods can help improve stool consistency, ease constipation, reduce bloating, and abdominal pain. Fermented foods help you absorb nutrients from your food, reduce inflammation through the production of short-chain fatty acids. Those are called the postbiotics, and they lower your risk of infection. They improve blood sugar control. They help with weight management and improve cholesterol levels too. Wow. And there's more. Eating probiotic foods daily helps strengthen your gut microbiome, lower inflammation, build resilience in your immune system, all of which play an important role in preventing chronic diseases like diabetes, heart disease, dementia, and inflammatory bowel conditions. Probiotic foods to try: live yogurt, dairy or dairy-free; kefir, fermented dairy, goat milk, coconut milk, or water versions; sauerkraut, unpasteurized; kimchi, that does contain garlic; kombucha, unsweetened; fermented brown rice miso; and apple cider vinegar with the mother. But what if probiotics upset your gut? Some people with IBS symptoms notice gas, bloating, or discomfort when they first introduce fermented foods. It's normal for your gut to need a little adjustment time as the intestinal microbiome changes. Stick with it gently, unless obviously symptoms are severe. So tips for sensitive guts would be to start with 1 to 2 teaspoons of yogurt or sauerkraut daily. Choose live plain yogurt, no added sugars. Sugar feeds the bad bacteria. If milk kefir causes bloating, try a water-based kefir instead. If kombucha causes bloating, check there's no artificial sugars in it. Always check labels. If it says unpasteurized, that means live, and that's good. Check the label to look for lactobacillus and bifidobacteria species of bacteria. A simple sauerkraut coleslaw recipe. Ingredients: half a cup of raw unpasteurized sauerkraut, 1 carrot grated, a handful of fresh parsley chopped, a tablespoon of olive oil, and a squeeze of lemon juice. Method: toss the grated carrot, sauerkraut, and parsley together. Drizzle with olive oil and lemon juice, mix gently, and serve as a side dish or salad topping. This easy coleslaw combines raw fermented sauerkraut with fresh vegetables, making it a great source of probiotic bacteria and natural enzymes. The lemon juice supports digestion by stimulating bile flow. Number 4, plant-based diversity. Feed the many, not just the few. If there's one golden rule for a healthy gut microbiome, it's this: diversity matters. Eating a wide range of plant foods is like planting lots of different flowers in your garden. Each flower attracts and feeds different species of insects, just like different types of fiber feed different groups of beneficial bacteria in your gut. The more variety you plant, the more thriving, balanced, and resilient your gut ecosystem becomes. A healthy, busy garden leaves little room for weeds to take over. Just like a diverse, well-fed gut microbiome helps crowd out harmful bacteria that would otherwise damage your digestive system. A recent study found that people who ate 30 or more different plant foods each week had significantly higher gut bacteria diversity compared to those who ate fewer. You might like to read the Zoe blog. Why should you eat 30 plants a week? It covers a lot of what we're talking about here. 30 might sound like a lot to you, but remember this includes all fruits, vegetables, whole grains, legumes, nuts and seeds and herbs and spices. So really, it's not that hard. By eating a broader variety, you're supporting a more stable, resilient digestive system, one that's better equipped to bounce back after antibiotic use, environmental toxins, and stress. Find out more about this in my blog, Probiotics After Antibiotics, Building Resilience After an Infection. But what if too much plant fiber causes bloating or discomfort? Tip for sensitive guts is just add 1 or 2 different plant foods per week, not all at once. Favour the lower FODMAP options first, so your spinach, your carrots, your kiwi, the cucumber, the quinoa. Cook your veggies and steam them, for example, to make them easier to digest. Soak your nuts and seeds or sprout them. If you've never done that, that's good fun. Include fresh herbs and dried spices, and experiment, keeping a journal to find out the foods you tolerate well and those you don't. But beware, be aware this will change over time. A rainbow veggie stir-fry recipe. Ingredients: 2 spring onions, 1-inch piece of ginger peeled and chopped, 1 red pepper sliced, 2 carrots peeled into strips, 1 pak choy sliced, 1 courgette peeled into strips, 6 baby sweet corns cut lengthways, half a bag of bean sprouts, half a small cauliflower in small florets, 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 2 teaspoons of Chinese 5-spice mix, 1 tablespoon of tamari, wheat-free soy sauce, and a tablespoon of sesame seeds, which is optional. Method: heat the olive oil in a large pan or wok. Add the spring onions and ginger and fry gently for 3 minutes. 3. Add the harder vegetables, carrot, pepper, and courgettes, and stir fry for 2 to 3 minutes. 4. Add your Chinese 5-spice mix and tamari. 5. Add your softer vegetables like the courgette, the spinach, and the bean sprouts, and cook just until tender, and then sprinkle with sesame seeds before serving. This dish is bursting with plant diversity. With more than 10 different vegetables, it helps feed a broad range of beneficial bacteria. Number 5, the Mediterranean diet, a gold standard for gut health. If you're looking for the best foods for gut health, you can't go wrong with the Mediterranean diet. It is the most researched diet in the world and has stood the test of time as being the healthiest way of eating for longevity. Packed with plant-based foods, healthy fats in olive oil and oily fish. It includes only modest amounts of lean, locally farmed meats. It's been praised in systematic reviews for supporting a healthy digestive system and reducing the risk of many chronic conditions. So why is the Mediterranean diet so good for you? Well, it's naturally high in dietary fiber, antioxidants, and polyphenols, which feed the good bacteria and help protect the delicate lining of the intestines. It reduces bad bacteria that can worsen symptoms and lead to poor gut health. And the healthy fats in olive oil support the production of bile acids, crucial for digesting fats smoothly and maintaining good stool consistency. Warm lentil goat's cheese salad recipe. Ingredients: 1 packet of pre-cooked pui lentils, 1 large carrot diced, 1 large celery stalk finely chopped, 1 sprig of thyme or a teaspoon of dried thyme, 1 tablespoon of olive oil, 1 small red onion chopped, 1 medium leek, 1 garlic clove, 3 tablespoons of fresh parsley chopped, 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil, salt and pepper to taste, and a 100-gram pack of soft goat's cheese, roughly chopped. Method: 1. Heat the olive oil in a medium frying pan and add the onion, diced carrot, and celery. Gently fry for 5 minutes until tender. 2. Add the sliced leek and garlic and cook for a further 5 minutes until everything is soft. 3. In a bowl, mix all the ingredients together and serve warm. Lentils are rich in soluble fiber and resistant starch, which support regular bowel movements and help feed your good bacteria. The goat's cheese adds satisfying protein and flavor without being too heavy on digestion. 6. Limit red meat and avoid processed meat. While focusing on the best food for gut health, it's just as important to know what to limit. Eating too much processed meat has been shown to have a negative impact on your gut health. Processed meats cause a rise in certain bad bacteria like sulfate-reducing bacteria. Sulfate-reducing bacteria are species of bacteria in the gut that break down sulfur compounds from certain foods. When they do this, they release gases like hydrogen sulfide, which can damage the gut lining if there's too much. In small amounts, these bacteria are normal, but if they overgrow, they can cause problems like bloating, abdominal pain, and even worse gut symptoms and conditions like ulcerative colitis or IBS. Heavy, fatty, meaty meals can slow down the movement of your stool too, worsen chronic constipation, and aggravate that abdominal pain and bloating. So tips for sensitive guts are to limit red meat to a few times a month and choose a smaller portion, about a small palm size. Swap all your processed meats like sausage, bacon, and deli meats for organic, free-range poultry, venison, pasture-raised UK beef, or grilled fish. The good news is that reducing processed meat intake has been shown to cause significant improvements in gut bacteria species richness within just a few weeks. Consider your gut's specific needs. Everyone's gut is unique. For people with specific gut health issues like IBS, ulcerative colitis, gastroesophageal reflux disease, that's GERD, small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, or SIBO, or functional constipation, it's important to tailor dietary changes gradually and carefully, monitoring the results as you go. Studies show that people with gut conditions experience significant differences in their symptoms based on their gut's microbiome's current state. So dietary improvements, probiotic supplements, specific fiber choices, reducing stress and exercising appropriately can all play an important role in improving bowel habit, gut bacterial balance, and quality of life. Working with a nutritionist can help guide treatment options that suit your situation. Find out more about this in my gut health clinic. Homemade bone broth recipe. Ingredients: local organic butcher bones, lamb, beef, or chicken carcass, 3 stalks of celery, 2 carrots, 5 bay leaves, 20 whole peppercorns, a sprig of rosemary or any other herb of your choice, 1 onion, omit that if you're sensitive, 2 tablespoons of cider apple vinegar, and or any other vegetable stalk or ends that you might normally discard. Method: put all the bones in the biggest saucepan you have. Fill to the top with water. Bring it to the boil and skim off any scum. Then add all the remaining ingredients and simmer very gently for 2 days. Top up with water as needed. Strain the liquid and discard the bones and vegetables. Store the broth in containers and freeze. And you can use it as a hot drink or a base for soups, stews, and casseroles. Bone broth is rich in collagen, amino acids, and minerals that help soothe and repair the gut lining, especially helpful for people with IBS, leaky gut, or post-antibiotics recovery. Simmering bones slowly extracts nutrients like glycine and glutamine, which support the intestinal barrier and immune system. Add a spoonful of fermented miso paste at the end to give it an extra boost of flavor and beneficial bacteria. Conclusion: your gut is your garden. Nurture it wisely. Your gut is the heart of your health. When your gut microbes are thriving, it supports everything from your immune system and mental health to digestion, blood sugar balance, and even chronic disease prevention. Eating the best foods for gut health, like fiber-rich plants, fermented probiotic foods, and colourful fruits and vegetables, can help you tackle bloating, ease constipation, and calm IBS naturally. Introducing these foods gently, paying attention to high and low FODMAP options if you're sensitive, can help you build a stronger, more resilient gut over time. The good news is that you do not need to have drastic changes. Simple, nourishing meals made with real food can feed your beneficial bacteria, improve your stool consistency, support better bowel habits, and protect your digestive tract long term. Remember, a healthy gut is like a thriving garden. The more love and attention you give it through smart dietary choices and lifestyle changes, the more it will flourish, helping you feel energized, comfortable, and well every single day. If you would like personalized support for your gut health journey, I invite you to find out more about my gut health clinic. You do not have to do it alone. Thank you.